Hello you beautiful people, welcome back to another Hiker Plays video. Today we are back and it is time to show you the one-shot Banshee team that I was able to build. Now, massive shout out to a lot of YouTube videos. I'm not going to sit and name every single one of them, but the core team was taken from there. We finally were able to sort the gears out and this is what our team looks like. So it is Bicon, it is Leo, and it is Vivian. We do have Surin, and I will explain why Surin is there. But let's go in first and just show you what the clear looks like. So, and it's at the perfect time. We've got the 50% buff on, so the hunt buff on. Let's just do our first. Let's just do our first clear. So, Surin is effectively just an imprint for me, and it's going to probably not make sense, but I couldn't get the speed right for Vivian, so I'm having to use Surin for her speed imprint. But there we are. We've got the first, the wave clear with Vivian. And then, pretty standard, it should just be Vivian, into defense break, into Bicon one shot. Surin literally does nothing. I mean, Surin technically got an attack off, but she does really do nothing. So there you are, there is the clear, nice and simple. I don't know how long that was, someone could probably tally that up, I think it's about 40 seconds. And now I'm going to show you the gear that you need to hit to be able to do that. So, if we head back to the lobby, and what we'll do is we'll go straight into heroes. And the first one we're going to find is, in fact, going to be... Actually, if I'm smart, I could just search on green, and then we could do Vivian. So, most important artifact right now for Vivian is going to be the Time Matter artifact. You want to try and get this as high as possible. At the minute, mine's on 28, and this is perfectly fine. Do note that in terms of actually Molagora her skills, these gears were okay to clear the first wave without any Molagora. I've added the Molagora later because it makes my life a little bit more comfortable with actually one-shotting Banshee itself. I was lacking a tiny bit of damage, and I thought if I Molagora S1, it's going to give me that little bit. I didn't even need to Molagora S2. I sort of wasted that, but I feel like it'll be important down the line anyway. So, if you use the same sort of gear stats that I have, you don't even need Molagora here for the most part. Importantly, you want to try and have 100% crit, because you want to make sure you crit. I mean, 85 is going to be sufficient, but 100% just feels nice, doesn't it? You want your crit damage to be as high as possible, naturally, and you want your attack to be as high as possible as well. I mean, I say as high as possible, you probably want it in these thresholds. If it's too high, you're going to hit the Banshee too hard, and that's going to trigger the 70%. So, about this is the correct number. Now, for speed, you can go a little higher than this. I didn't have the speed, so I think about 180 to 190 is probably slightly better. If you can get it to 190, that's perfect. 180 is pretty good. 177, not so great. I mean, you can get away with this. So this speed is fine. So if you want to imitate Vivian and do exactly this sort of stats, no problem still. You will then need to put Surin or someone in just to give her the little speed boost. And I'll show you why I need the speed boost, because... So, if we head over to Bicon now, I have Bicon on 121, and this is my downfall. Because I've got the 8 speed at the start, I need to make sure Vivian's a little bit faster. If these gears had no speed at all, I think it's this speed. Yeah, I've got 4 speed here, and I think I've got like 4 speed here. So these two pieces just need a change in reality, and then I wouldn't need Surin at all. But again, your stats on Bicon, I've put them on a destruction set. I don't have a raid set or a pen set. So for now, it's on a destruction set. About 4,200, 4,300, you'd be very comfortable on. And in terms of crit damage, you want to try and put her on as high as you can. So 340 for myself. Critical hit chance, you want this on 85. And I know I'm not on 85. And ideally, you want your effectiveness as well, nice and high, at least 65. So this is the stat line. This is quite hard to hit, and I will admit that. You want to make sure speed is as low as possible. So speed needs to be as low as possible, attack needs to be as high as possible, and crit damage needs to be at least probably like 330-ish. Crit needs to be at 45, but we are overcoming that with some, with some artifacts. But this is what my stat line looks like here. And then lastly, I've got Leo. Guys, I'm going to be real with you. The stats on Leo don't matter. The only thing that matters is his speed. You need to make sure that his speed is about 160, because you want him to, go before Bicon, but after Vivian, and put the defense down on. So that's all that matters with him. There is no like anything crazy. The crit, I've made it 100% crit because why not? And everything else, you want to keep his attack nice and low as well. And the reasoning for that is, if his attack is nice and low, then he can't, mess your run up. If he does too much damage, Banshee goes down below 70. It's a bit of a problem. So you could even take his, weapon away if you really want. I've seen people take his weapon away, but I need the weapon for the speed. So, but yeah, long story short, boys, you want to keep him just about 160 speed, and you just want to make sure that he has a bit of effectiveness, so he always lands that defense down. I have also put him on Song of Stars. That way we get the target as well. If you have a level 31, I think it's 100% at that point, so even better. But not necessary. Like, honestly, I was doing the clear without Song of Stars, and all you need is the 160 clear. Now, a lot of you have seen Surin, and you've probably gone, why has he got Surin on there? And I'm going to show you why. So, she provides a speed imprint, and she provides the back and the front unit. That is all she's in it for. That is literally all she's in it for. Because I need to make sure Vivian's that little bit faster, so she goes before Bicon. That's it. That's literally it. And then I realized that the run was sort of going at about 90% successful. And that's because occasionally Bicon wouldn't crit, and you do need Bicon to crit, so she has the second skill. So I've thrown on Midnight Bloom, so she is also an artifact carrier now, which just increases the hit chance of allies by 13%, which is fantastic because that does mean Bicon always crits now. So Surin's got no gears. All she's bringing is a speed imprint. You don't need this higher speed imprint, honestly. Even like if you fine-tune your team to exactly the same as mine, I think you get away with even like 5 speed. Like it's very minuscule, and hopefully you won't have that speed on Bicon to begin with. And then if you really want some extra crit on your team, you can throw this on. You can throw any artifact on here in reality. There is a number of artifacts that you could use, but I've thrown this on because I need the crit. Maybe you need effectiveness. Maybe you need something else. So make the changes. But boys, that is how I clear Banshee in one shot. If you guys enjoy this video, I will do a run through of how I do Wyvern in one shot. Happy to do that as well. To end this video off though, I will do 2 free summons. So enjoy this. Hopefully we hit an ML 5-star, because we were so nice. We didn't, but we can. Oh wait, is it not 2? We'll do 1. Maybe we will hit an ML 5-star. We won't. Boys, that is how we end the video. Have a lovely rest of your day. Peace.